Hello Toons and Greeners, Paradiyoshi here for a quick video regarding an analysis of Toontown Rewritten lore, which I think you all may find interesting. To start with, let's take a few steps back to the month of March. The Sillymeter update brought many things to the table, including a whole new game mechanic, massive chunks of lore, and the unfortunate end to two beloved characters that we barely knew. One of the smaller pieces of lore stems from a simple fetch quest in the task that grants Toons a Silly Reader. The fact that all Cogs possess a Silliness Sucker within their suits. Beyond that vague title, nothing else is known of the device save for its main function, which is to absorb silliness. All day, Cogs patrol Toontown, sucking up the ambient silliness in an effort to further combat the Toons. But that begs the question, how come Cogs can suck up our silliness all day long like it's no big deal, but then blow their lids when we chuck a couple cream pies their way? Let's start by looking at two prevalent substances in Toontown that real life definitely lacks. Silliness and laugh. From deep dives into Toontown Rewritten lore, there is a lot that has been thoroughly differentiated. In short, laugh is what sustains the Toons and silliness is what sustains the town. Without laugh, Toons get sick and go sad, while conversely, without silliness, well, according to the Fissiontons, quote, "After the Cogs invaded, parts of Toontown went into hibernation. A sadness previously unknown had descended upon us. The windows on buildings seemed to droop. The town became shuttered." Note that Toontown went into this state soon after the Cogs invaded. It wasn't from lack of laugh, as that would require any number of the Cogs' business tactics, but rather from the fact that Toontown had never had to compensate for lack of silliness before. It's clear that we are dealing with two distinct substances here. Both have their own properties that make them separate. Think hydrogen and helium. Both are lighter than air, very abundant elements within our observable universe, and to the less sciencey out there, both are used to make balloons float. The main difference is that hydrogen is flammable while helium is not. Laugh seems to gravitate into specific pools, lingering close to the playgrounds and healing drained or saddened Toons. It gathers where Toons need it the most and doesn't stray too far. It even has a tendency to condense into playground treasures, which the Toons use to heal even quicker. An abundance of laugh isn't an issue. It disperses harmlessly whenever there's too much in a Toon's body at any given time. Silliness, on the other hand, is present everywhere. It runs throughout the town itself. It compels inanimate objects like fire hydrants and trash cans to move. In the event of a silly surge, the sky turns purple as gravity ceases to be, and the ground quakes from the absurdly high levels of silliness. It is everywhere, and it is dangerous. Also note that both substances behave differently as obtainable treasures. Laugh treasures generate naturally, are limited to specific areas, and disperse the excess when collected by a Toon. Meanwhile, silly particles only appear under specific circumstances, go absolutely everywhere, and Toons are explicitly warned that holding too many may be unstable. Let me repeat that. Silliness is unstable, no two ways about it. However, silliness can be converted into laugh, but not the other way around. This brings us to our next topic, gags. Almost all gags are laced with silliness. A cream pie thrown at a Cog will deal 40 damage to the robot, while a Toon hit by that same pie would gain a single point of laugh. There is a chemical change happening to the silliness in that moment, allowing it to transform into laugh, which consequently dulls its usual punch. This is why the Cogs work the way they do. Consider, Cogs possess a device that allows them to absorb silliness, not laugh. They are then able to use the same means as Toons to convert the silliness into its more docile cousin, laugh, then store and harmlessly dispose of it. They are specifically built to take in only a little at a time. Then, and inevitably, we Toons rush in, cream pies flying. Our gags carry and distribute a hearty helping of silliness, and the Silliness Suckers can't compensate. The Cogs systems try to take it in anyway, causing them to attempt to store more than their boring old suits can handle. At the rapid rate of intake, it isn't possible to convert all of that silliness to laugh, so some silliness gets stored on accident, further harming the Cog. Sure, they can keep themselves together for the duration of any given battle, but once their limit is reached, they simply explode from the excess of unchecked volatile silliness. The same holds true when a silly surge sweeps the town. Think of it like When we fight Cogs, we overclock their Silliness Suckers in brief, targeted bursts. Well, the Silly Surge is just a big gag that attacks all Cogs in its wake, continuously. In that moment, the atmosphere itself is made up of silliness. It's really no wonder the Cogs up and explode on us. In short, the insertion of this throwaway scrap of lore changes everything we thought we knew about the Cogs and their weaknesses. Now, does this change our strategies for defeating Cogs? No, not at all. But at the very least, this narrows our focus to one particular system, perhaps even allowing for the invention of the long-awaited level 8 Gags. Or maybe the Cogs will figure out what's killing them and begin looking for a way to repair this one little flaw. Who knows? Joey knows. Joey always knows.